Hello, everybody. How you going? I'm just waiting for my computer to go live as we speak. I can never tell if it's on or not because here we go. Okay, we're on. Hello, everybody. So I need to maximize this. Okay. Okay. Right. So welcome. How are you all today? What a bloody week I've had. Got crazy here. Yeah, I'll just wait for a few of you to jump on before I get into this. I got on a few minutes early, and just to make sure we had a lot of people watching because it's an awesome topic and I can't wait to talk about it. Super duper excited. So we'll just wait patiently for our followers to jump on. When you jump on, make sure you comment so that I know you are here. Maybe I shouldn't have jumped on a few minutes early. I'm always on time. I definitely don't like being late. Someone once told me that being early is just as inconvenient as being late. Hello, Sam. There's our first taker, which I think is true. Being early is nearly as inconvenient as being late sometimes. That stuck with me once because I was like, yeah, that is so true, isn't it? Like it's one thing to be late all the time, but being early, like it really, if someone's not ready for you, yeah, that's always a hard thing too. So you're a bit blurry over there. Magella, hello. I just spoke to Magella on the not phone these days, is it? It's on the computer. I've had a change of outfit. I thought I'd just, do myself up for my webinar for a change. I'm usually sitting here in my gym gear, but I'm feeling super passionate about this topic, so I thought I'm going to make an effort and actually put a dress on for a change. So thumbs up to me. Give me a thumbs up if you think I look pretty in my nice new dress. I love this dress. Can't really see it. It's beautiful. I'll come over here. Who likes my dress? Watch this. You can't see for the chair, everyone. Hang on. See? I don't just live in gym gear, okay? That is a myth. I feel like I need to wipe. Watch this. Guys, you're going to get a little bit of a clean of your screen. I should have done that before I started. Sorry. Just trying to get organised, So much to do, so little time to do it. Okay. Those that come in later is going to miss my fashion show. Oops, you're a bit crooked. All right. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. Let's get started. So, thank you, Sam. Very gorgeous. I love it. It's one of my favourite dresses. And you know the best thing? It's got pockets. How cool is that? Amazing. Looks gorgeous. Yeah. I feel like really pretty and I feel really feminine in this dress. So when I want to feel good, I put my pretty dresses on. So welcome everybody. As per usual, I'll tell you what's going on. So over here on my phone, we have my business page, Michelle Ann Soul Healer with an E, and in front of me directly is my personal page, just Michelle Ann Saunderson. If you're watching over here, you might get a better view to move across. Jump on my personal page. And if you're not already jumped onto my other pages, so I've got Michelle Ann Soul Healer, my business page, and one of my favorite pages is my interactive Facebook group, and it's called Soul Junkies Connect. So there are a couple of places you can go if you want a bit more of the Michelle in your life, Most of you, I think, that are watching here already on those pages. But if you're new to all this, and yeah, make sure you jump on. Amy, now this is also being shared in a few other groups, Conscious Minds, Soul Junkies, Rise Up. If you're on those groups and you're watching this as it's happening, please know that I won't see your comments. Hey, Nick, I won't see your comments. So if you want to be interactive, either jump on my business page or my personal page. So that's all the logistics out of the way. Oh, I'm actually nervous for this one because I'm so passionate about the topic. I just want to do it justice, and it lights me up. I've decided this is my absolute thing. It's what makes me get going in the day, and it's what fills me up and lights me up. As you can tell when I start talking about it, I get super duper excited, and there's so much to learn and so much to tell you, and it is quite complicated stuff. It's all quite sciencey, but it's also quite spiritual at the same time, which just that's my favorite bit, is the link between the two, which I'm going to get into. And I just love it. So super passionate. So I want to make sure I do a good job. Remembering, hey Roxy, if you're jumping in later, make sure hashtag replay so I can see that you've jumped on later. I like to see who watches my webinars and my followers. I have a few people lurking around the edges that like to watch everything and don't comment. I like comments. So This topic is it's just me. It's me. I've had a humongous week. I have been working like a mad woman. And the reason I'm doing this topic, if you haven't noticed on my Facebook, which actually I haven't been on that much, that I have purchased myself a new little device called a Healy, and it works off frequency and vibration. And I can't get enough of the research around it. I haven't even got my device yet. I'm so excited by it. I've already sold 6 or 7 of them myself because I'm now selling them, because that's what I do when I get passionate about things. I go out and I start telling everybody about it. Everybody wants a bit of why I'm so excited. So yeah, I've already sold 6 or 7. I haven't physically even got my device in my hand yet, but the research behind it and the potential of this thing is out of this world. It's an absolute game changer, and that's why I'm so excited. I just can't stop researching this topic about frequency and how it affects our body. So I thought, what better topic to do today than frequency, because it's giving me a reason to do more research, because I want to do more, learn more, and tell you more. So as I say every week, I'm no expert in any of these topics. I'm learning as I go, and I'm just sharing. And you know what I realized before? The best bit of this is, if you go watching my webinars from when I first started, you will see the lead up to this moment. I said to my sister the other day, I feel that this device, this Healy, and what I'm about to embark on is what I've been working towards my whole life. I genuinely, honestly believe this, because it's everything that I'm about. It's my passion, it's my business, it's what I believe in, it's what I think. Even the fact that it's multi-level marketing, which I'm more than happy to say, it's social selling. That's everything I've been doing has been leading up to this point. So I've done my doTERRA, I have my business set up, I have a virtual assistant, I have a database, I have an amazing following and an amazing tribe. Everything seems to have pointed me to right this minute now. And it's super duper duper exciting. So without further ado, I would like to start talking about frequency and what it is. Now, the word frequency itself, it's thrown around a lot, but does anyone actually know what frequency is? Because you do, but you don't. So basically, it's all to do with vibrations. Now, I want to tell you a little story about when I was younger. This is funny. And I don't even know, I do know why I remember this, because I know how the world works, and I know that we have certain memories that are meant to prompt us in later in life. I have a vivid memory of myself being in about, and I'll have to quiz my mum, I haven't even asked her about this. I was about grade, I'm thinking, I don't know, young, 2, 3. We're learning about science and the sun and what the sun does. So probably grade 2. And one of my homework questions, I remember where I was standing, I was out in the veranda at mum and dad's, and one of the homework questions is, what gives life? And there was a blank space. And I said, Mum, I don't know. And Mum, I have to ask Mum if she was actually if she was actually kidding me along here, or she honestly didn't know either. Anyway, remember the old encyclopedias? We didn't have the internet back then. Had to get the encyclopedias out. And she was quite perplexed by this question, what gives life? We were like, yeah, what does give life? So we started researching with encyclopedias, and we've come up after probably half an hour of this, wait for it, the correct answer to the grade 2 question was the sun, was what I was meant to write. That's with a little blank space. You're going to laugh. Michelle, the little overachiever, she writes, after all the research with her mother, the word, and wait for it, atoms. I write the word atoms. Looking back, I was wondering what the hell my teacher must have thought. I remember getting my homework back and having question marks after it, like, what the? Teacher probably didn't even know what I was getting at, but I've come to the conclusion at that age that atoms is what makes life. The atom is the smallest particle of matter that makes life. So I'm not seeing any funny faces. Anyone laughing? Here we go. Am I holding my hands like a Healy? Am I? No? Oh, probably. I did realize that I just watched a video. Anyway, atoms. So I get sidetracked. I just watched a video on the developer of Healy, and his name's Marcus Schmiecki. It's German. And I'm not, Roxy, you'll laugh. He's talking like this, and his finger, this finger, has a band-aid around it, just like my finger. And I'm like, oh, it's a sign. Oh my God, it's a sign. The developer of Healy's got a band-aid around his little finger like I do. exact same thing, exact same looking bandit. I even took a photo because I thought it was so funny. Just hilarious. Yeah, so so atoms is what starts life. I worked that out quite early. And vibration. So everything in the universe is vibrating at a level. It's like this. Rox is telling me I did it subconsciously. Okay, I'll go have a look. And so vibrations refer to the oscillating, so moving, and vibrating movement of atoms and particles caused by energy. So we're vibrating. Everything. Table, me, chair, the wall, everything's vibrating. And so everything like this has a vibrational frequency, or a field around them that has a vibrational frequency. So depending on how high you're vibrating will depend on your what's going on around you. And I'm going to get a bit deeper into this. I think this is going to go more than half an hour. I'm sorry, because I'm a bit excited by it. Frequency, which is measured in hertz, is the rate at which vibrations and oscillations occur. So how high, how fast are these things vibrating? Are they vibrating really fast, or are they vibrating really slow? Cherie says, learning about atoms with Ethan for schoolwork. Yeah, it's good. Listen, so you're vibrating high, or you're vibrating really fast or really slow. And depending on that depends on what frequency. So it's measured in hertz. So an atom vibrating at a faster rate will be considered a higher frequency. One at a lower is a slower frequency. If that makes sense. Now, humans have an optimal frequency. We have at a frequency for our body and our cells need to be at to work optimally and to be in balance and to be whole and just the best way we can be. So here's the best bit. So, well, this isn't like there's a whole nother best bit. Hang on, just before I go to that bit. Basically, if you start vibrating too low, if you get to a certain hertz, then you are opening yourself up to disease. So the cells are amazing. The cells are our life. There's a million trillion cells in our body. They've all got a little membrane around them. I love science, if you can't tell. They've got a little membrane around them, and obviously what comes into your body and what comes out is the life. Like we're breathing in oxygen, we're breathing out carbon dioxide, the nutrients come in, nutrients come out, same as the cell. And the amazing thing is that the cell's wellness depends on the voltage difference between the outside of the cell and the inside of the cell. So if it gets out of whack and it's not vibrating at the perfect frequency and the voltage isn't the right amount, then the cell becomes diseased. It gets sad and a bit funny. Like a nice plump cell is like this, nice healthy cell, and then it goes through all these stages of losing its plasticity and then losing some energy, and it goes through all these stages, becomes like tumorous, and eventually it becomes all jagged and dead, and you get a lot of dead cells, and that's what we call cancer. That's cancer cells. So if you kill enough of your cells, they're going to congregate together and become cancerous, which, as we know, what cancer does is kills people. So how about this idea that if we can keep our cells really healthy and vibrating at the optimal level and have vibrating at the optimal level, then we may be healthy. It's a really cool idea. And obviously once your cells become all diseased and things, our body becomes diseased. So our immune system starts to decrease. We start to become open to bacteria and viruses and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's a very oh shivers, I always lose the comments. Very interesting cycle. So that's a real basis around frequency and vibration and why frequency and vibration is so important when it comes to your health and well-being. Hello everyone that's jumping on. So, oops, can still see me? Yes. All right, stop playing with the mouse, Michelle. Put your hands away. So now this is the interesting bit. This is the best bit. You've got science and you've got spirituality. How do they blend in the middle? Because I'm into both a lot. I love my spirituality. I mean, as you can see, have a look around. I love my science, as you can see what happened when I was in grade 2 talking about atoms. I love science at uni. I love biology. I loved anatomy. Not so much physics, which makes me laugh because this whole device that I'm talking about is actually based around quantum physics. Work that out. I just didn't have a very good teacher, actually. Sorry if you're watching Mrs. Riley. Lovely lady, not a very good teacher in physics. I hated it. So the frequency, the potency of frequency and how we can use frequency is not that well understood. It's very much research that frequency does and all the different types of frequencies, but it's not really understood Oh, yay, someone found that's mine. Sorry. Oh my God, someone found my remote control for my door. Hang on, I have to reply because I've been looking for that. Talk about multitasking. I can't if you can turn your messages off. I should do that. Sorry, everybody. So the common denominator, yes. So Nikola Tesla was the pioneer around this technology around frequency, as you've heard of the Tesla vehicles and things like that. And he always said, if you want to know the universe or want to get to know the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. My sort of man, honestly. But where does spirituality end? Apparently Macy had it. I'm so sorry. This is completely off topic. This is why you watch my webinars, because you don't ever know what you're going to get. The message that popped up just before in relation to my remote for my roller door was from my daycare owner of the daycare center, and I said, that's mine. Oh my God. And she says Macy had it. There you go. Not frequency. It does open to my garage door. There you go. That's how frequency works. You push the button and things happen and the door opens. Those things are bloody expensive. So my little thief of a 3-year-old stole my remote control. Good on you, mate. So first of all, I want to ask, the word quantum physics is thrown around quite a lot. Me, myself, still don't really understand what is quantum physics. It's one of those cool words. Does anyone here know what quantum physics is? Quantum physics is basically the information about, I've written this down, I've got to remember my own handwriting, what underlies how atoms work, and so why chemistry and biology work as they do, and how changes in physics and how that will affect human life. So now you're getting more into the spiritual science links here. And I just watched an amazing webinar that was done, proper webinar. He's not talking about remote controls. However, he does drop his Healy in the middle of the webinar, so he's not professional after all. His name's Marcus. He's the developer of this little machine. But it's probably one of the best webinars I've ever watched. It was one I watched to inspire me to talk about this, but I've literally just was writing notes, pausing, writing notes. I've got some of his actual words here. If you're interested to watch that webinar, please, it's actually one of the ones up on our website. You can go and watch it, www.michelleannesoulhealer.com.au. And then if you do a /Healy, there's a whole information about frequency and vibration. And one of the videos there it tells you it's from Marcus Schmicke. It's about 35 or 37 minutes long, is what I'm talking about now, because he explained it like so clearly. I was having the biggest aha moments. I was like, oh my God, like I'm here by myself, but I wanted to tell someone. I was like, oh wow, holy shit, why didn't I think of that? He puts this in a way that it's really mind-blowing. So physics, he looks at quantum physiology is physics as the basis of the meaning of life. So here we go. So science needs to be connected to spirituality. So you've got science, which is here, and then you've got spirituality, where you have to, it's not external, it's internal. Everything is internal. So you need to go inside. So this guy, the developer of this machine, was a monk at 21 years old. He was very, very conscious. He's a scientist. He's an actual physicist who is really spiritual. I'm like, my sort of man. He looks like a bit of a geek. If I had liked geeks, I'd have a geek crush on the man, because he's got this massive, amazing knowledge around physics, but a massive knowledge and thirst for spirituality and the consciousness and the psyche, and where do we come from and what are we doing here, and what's you know, what our life's about. Amy says, your mind is like a lucky dip, Michelle. Yes, that is right. You never know what you're going to get. So he says science needs to be connected to spirituality, which I already know. And the big question here, how do they communicate? How does spirituality and science, or the body and the soul, or the consciousness and physical matter, how do they actually communicate? Because they're two very separate things. You've got your soul, your inner, your spiritual being, your consciousness, your psyche, and then you've got this dense matter, like a physical body. How the hell are they actually talking to each other? Hey, Katie, how you going? So how do they communicate? That's the big question. So the language, and I'm going to read a lot of this word for word because I couldn't say it better myself. The way he worded it, and it's his second language, which is amazing. He speaks German. was amazing. I've got lots of notes. I better hurry up. The language our body or cells understand. Okay, here we go. Information informs energy by putting energy into a state of vibration. The main quality of vibration is frequency. So it is frequency that connects the cosmos or spirit to matter. So it is the language so that talks between the two. What do frequencies body? All systems communicate on frequency, and there are many ranges of frequencies. Oh, okay, now the daycare. Lucky dip into Michelle's mind again. The daycare teacher is sending me a video. Oh my God. Oh my God. The daycare teacher is just sending me a video of my 3-year-old daughter and her presenting the lost remote control, and my daughter looking very sheepish as to why and where this remote control came from. I can't wait to watch that with the sound on. Okay, back to frequency. Now, this was my favorite bit of the whole webinar, because last week was, again, if you watch my webinars, you can see this leading up to this point of where my life's going. It's like you're all along in the ride of the roller coaster of the Michelle Ann journey. I've been talking about frequencies. I've been talking about sound healings. Then I was talking about vibration. Then I was talking about all sorts of stuff. Last week I was talking about, or the week before, I can't remember. I did talk about ascended masters, but in either last week or the week before, I talked about dimensions, didn't I? Who's watching all my webinars? Oh, this one's trying to connect. Due to Port. No, we're back. Who's watching my webinars? Does everybody remember the webinar that I talked about the dimensions and how the dimension and how we're ascending as a soul and evolving through? So this just leads so nicely into what he's about to say. He's saying basically that Einstein's theory had 4 dimensions of space and time. So it's what we know, that we are here in the 3-dimension. Time is the 4th dimension, but there's an extra 2 dimensions on top of the 4th dimension. This is getting a bit much for you. Go back and watch one of the webinars. If you're a star student like Roxy Jackson with her hand up 400 times, this will make more sense to you. So if it's a bit deep, I apologize, but I'll get to the point in a second. You need these 2 extra dimensions, this 5th and this 6th dimension, to connect the two. So spirit and matter. You get me here? So you've got spirit up here in the 5th and 6th dimension. You've got time, and then you've got the 3rd dimension where we are physical matter. And you need these extra dimensions to connect the spirit and the physicality. So that's where it's coming from, the 5th and the 6th dimensions. And guess what these 2 dimensions are? And this is where I had my big aha moment, was the 5th and the 6th dimensions are the dimensions we can't see. And what are they? They're our energy field. They're the ether. They're that we can't touch, that no one can see. And if you're a believer, you know they're there. You know that this aura or this energy field is around you. It's proven scientifically. So this field is like, this is the 5th and the 6th dimension. This is the 3rd and the 4th dimension. How do they talk? They talk by freaking frequency. Hello, hello. Wowzers. Sorry, I got a bit excited on that one. Oh my God. So our body is constantly talking to this energetic field. The connection between the energetic field and our bodies is done through frequency. I didn't do that as quite as exciting as I did it before. How cool is that? Frequency is the language or the connector or the communicator, or however you want to say it, between the 5th and the 6th dimension being our energetic field and the woo-woo stuff out there, and our physicality, our body. Holy shit. How come I didn't work that out before? Seriously. If you worked that out before, then good. I'm so proud of you. So it was amazing. Frequency translates between information and matter, which, as I just said, and they are the language. Bloody amazing. So this man, this guy, Marcus Schmicky, the physicist, has then connected, this is a little bit of a history behind the Healy, which is pretty cool, connected with the researchers, these doctors that have been researching this thing. It's called, and this is, I can't wait to get more into this, but FSM, frequency specific microcurrent. It's an actual medical, like, research thing. It's obviously the microcurrent of frequencies being put into the body to assist our body through healing. So SFM, frequency-specific microcurrent, and this Dr. Carol McMacken and this Nuno Nina guy, they've been researching frequencies and how they can affect parts of our body for years and years and years and years. They then connected with this bloke called Marcus Schmieke, who had the band-aid on his finger like me, and they've come up with this amazing device that does the talking for you and is wearable. They used to have this big $120,000 big portable, not portable device that only physicists could use. And he tells the story how he was sitting on the beach. He's trying to come up with a name for this big portable device. And he was watching the waves coming in and he's like, oh my God, it's a time waver because it's waving through time. It's cutting, if time is the fourth dimension, it's connecting through time. So it's a time waver. And they've connected it now after 7, 8, 9 years of research how to get all these programmed frequencies into a tiny little device the size of this that people can wear on the side of their clothes. And amazing. So where do we get to? So he's got 144,000 frequencies and they're the library of translation. There's a spectrum of frequencies for each organ. So you're not going to have one frequency that's going to help fix your kidneys and another frequency that'll fix your liver. There's a massive spectrum of different frequencies for each organ because there's so many different things within an organ that's functioning that needs a different frequency. And the other beauty about this is there's never one particular, it's not one frequency that fixes one thing. That's not how it works. It's a combination of frequencies. So the combination of this frequency and this frequency and this frequency placed into this part of the body will do a certain thing. So like it might break down scar tissue. It might help brain function. It might help memory. It could ease. There's a lot of, it's a medical device, this thing, and it's going to be, it's going to ease pain. They're allowed to say that it's a medical device. There's a few things because it's been registered under the FDA that this frequency device can, now let me get this right. So once it arrives in Australia officially, we can say that it helps in pain management. I don't want to get this wrong because I get myself sued. Anxiety, depression, sleep, fibromyalgia, skeletal issues, I think. Don't quote me on the last one. There's certain things they can say, and then there's a whole range of things that it will likely do, but they medically and by law cannot claim. But yeah, it's really, really amazing. Amy says, yes, we have so many medical items that use different frequencies, so much science to help benefits one's health. Yeah, but this is the only sort of one of its kind that has got so many different programmed frequencies and so many different combinations of frequencies. So it's not a single one. It's not a huge spectrum of one. It's a combination of programs, which has got about 13 years research behind it to know exactly the code that puts in to do that one particular thing. So I talked about that. Oh, look, I'm nearly on my last page. Lucky you guys. Oh, we're not even 30 minutes. So this little machine will read the information field and tell you what frequency your body needs. Amazing, amazing. That's got a quantum sense. I won't talk too much about the Healy because that's not why you actually jumped on here. I want to talk more about frequency. But if you are interested in the Healy and what this device is going to do for us, or how you could get one, or you have questions around it, please, Emily, Shine, and myself will be getting on a Zoom/webinar Q&A thing maybe tomorrow, Saturday, if we can tee our schedules up, and you'll be able to just have an open question and answer. She's a kinesiologist, a clairvoyant. She's worked with energy her whole life, basically, and her knowledge mixed with my knowledge on this stuff, we answer questions. So if you're interested in that, please keep an eye on my page and I will advertise it. I'm trying to get her to give me a time of when she can do it, but we're just trying to sort that out. So, okay, there we go. Yep, so that's all about the device. Yes, combination, yes, yes. Oh, and I talked about the cells, so the inside and outside. Oh, I've pretty much covered everything I want to say. I just spoke really, really fast. So the main gist of everything I've come to the conclusion is that frequency is the connector of science and spirituality. Frequency is the language that how your body talks to your energetic field is via frequency. So if we can get the correct frequencies going between our energetic field and our cells or our body, we're going to have optimal health. How's that for a summary? Right on 30 minutes, Michelle Ann. You are a freaking genius. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope that you found that very beneficial. Hope you got as excited as me. And I'm only going to learn more and more about this. This is just touching the tip of the iceberg, or as Marcus said, because he couldn't quite get the word in German. I don't know if you have this in English. It's the tip of the iceberg. Is that an English word, or is it ice mountain? It's the tip of the iceberg. So keep following along at home, watching my webinars, and I will definitely be learning more and more and more and more about this type of work and be practicing more. I'm doing a course with Emily Shine starting on the Roxy, when's it start? 13th of, oh, you jumped in at the end, Megan. The best bit was at the start. You jumped the course I'm doing with starting on the 13th of May, I feel, with Emily. And it's a kinesiology. We're talking crystal healing, energy healing. She's going to teach us everything she knows. Can't wait. So give me 6 months, I'm going to be an expert in everything. That's my claim to fame. I'm an expert in everything. So yeah, if you want to work with me, if you would like to come, I'm back doing one-on-one healings. Strange things going down. I'm getting some channeling coming through. If you want, once my Healy arrives, to have a scan or work with the Healy and have a feel of how it works, come and see me. If you would like to buy a Healy, please come and see me because I am selling them. And even better, if you'd like to be part of the business opportunity, which is going to be massive. We've stumbled across a life-changing device, and we've found this device that's launched into Australia. This is a big business opportunity, not why I'm doing it, but a huge side thing to it. I'm looking for people to collaborate with me. I want goers. I want people that are out there ready to share this, be as passionate as me, and be as driven and structured and take responsibility for themselves in my business. I'm looking for those people. I'm looking for my team. I have 4 or 5 already amazing people in my team doing this, and I want more. I'm talking conscious people that are ready to make a difference in this world. If that's you, come and see me and I will tell you all about it. I can't wait for this. All right. Yeah, go watch my old videos, Tennille. I've got some. They're not all as crazy as this one, just a heads up. Remote controls do not get found in every live video I do, but they're usually, I wouldn't say they're boring. I usually don't see them going like, yeah, they're not boring. This is probably one of the more exciting ones. Would you not agree, everyone that's watching? Magella's so glad to be pleased. So she just got her Healy like an hour ago. Your webinars are very entertaining. Yeah, you can't keep it exciting. You can't be all boring. Amy says the higher our frequency, the more we can learn spiritually. Exactly. That's so true. So I find the more and more I increase my vibration or my frequency by doing all the right things, like eating really well, eating more plant-based, cutting down the alcohol, physically exercising, doing my meditation, my mental work, everything's increasing. I just got my aura read, actually, remote. So this little device can read your aura remotely via a photo of my friend who lives in Victoria somewhere on her. She's got the device, and I don't know how she does this. Energy works remote. Looked at my aura through and gave me a reading, and was like, whoa, that's a bit accurate. And all of my chakras were spinning quite highly, like 92%. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I'm pretty high vibing. But it gives you a percentage. Like it'll say your sacral chakra is vibrating at bloody 60%. You know, you need a bit more sex or something like that. You know, it doesn't quite say that. It does actually say that in a nice way, in a nice scientific way. Had a few little messages for me that I hit the mark, and I thought, Jesus, if it's doing that remotely via a photo, I can only imagine what this thing can do when it's actually close to your body or attached to you. So any other comments before I go? Oh, Tennille's doing the course too. Awesome. Hey, I'll see you there. Hey, Karen. Roxy can't wait to get her Healy. Yes, you'll probably get yours before mine. Magella's, Amy's. Megan, yeah, you need to go back and watch. I had some big aha moments. Amy, you're a good work. Eliminating kidney stones. I think I read all them out before. Yes. Hello, Jackie, I said hello. Sorry, I just got to make sure I reply to everyone so you all feel special. Hello, Nikki. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I've said hello to everybody. I think I've got everything out I need to say. Please, please, please stay in contact. Follow all my pages. Come see me if you need a Healy, and even better, come see me if you want a massive business opportunity and work with me. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah! I'm going to watch my remote control video. See ya. Bye. Okay, we'll end over here.